Hey, what up guys, it is Macshdtutorials here, and you guys hear that? Yeah guys, I got a new mic. I want to thank Ty, or you guys call him Tycho. He's a great editor. This mic actually cost about $120 and he actually sold it to me for $40. Pretty good deal, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So other than that, let's just get started with this new JavaScript tutorial. So last tutorial we learned arrays and introducing functions. Now we're not done with functions. We got to learn arguments, calling them, and then what are parameters. So I think I went over a bit, but I didn't show you guys an example. So now I'm gonna do an example for you guys. So we're gonna do var a equals 2. I'm gonna do var b equals let's give it like a value of 6. Doesn't really matter where we put. And then sorry about that, we're gonna do add. Now we haven't made the function called add. It hasn't given an error because it thinks it's a built-in function, but it's not, so we have to call it. So we do function add. All right, so what's it doing in here? So we're gonna send right here. What I'm putting inside this right here is called the arguments. So we're gonna do a and b. This is what you send to the parameters. The parameters is the one that has functions in front of it. So this right here is the parameters. So we can name it a and b also, or we could do number 1, number 2. The argument makes his own variable for what it receives. So a equals num1, b equals num2. So hopefully you guys understood what I was saying. Now let's just do the statements. So I'm going to do document, right, and I'm going to do number 1 plus number 2. Now let's see what numbers we picked. We picked 2 and 6, so basic math, it's 8. So we should get, and we didn't get anything, so let's just look at our code, see what we did wrong. Num1. Oh, I know what I did wrong. So yeah, there's no need of pausing this video. Right here I put v, and here I put b. So there we go. Now that's basically parameters and arguments. See how much time I have left. Hopefully my Skype doesn't go on because I didn't put it on not available. But let's make the user put numbers in. So we're just gonna make a variable called a, make another one b, both prompt, so we could get a value. Enter the first number you want to add. Now I'm gonna copy this because I don't feel like typing it again. Control C. Second. All right, now that's the only thing we have to change. Just go to live. I'm gonna enter 100. I'm gonna enter 1, and I get that. Now I'm gonna explain why I get that. So in our next tutorial, we're gonna do strings, and this is basically an example why I get that. And the reason is because when you're prompting something, you have to change it into an integer. Right now it's a string, so I'll give you another example. Basically it's getting the number 2 and just adding it to that string. Let's see if I put 23 and I added 1. It's just, see, basically the first string, this one a, the first string is 23. It's not adding the numbers because it prompt makes some strings. So basically you're just adding the sentence together. Hopefully that made sense. And on our next tutorial, like I said, we're gonna be doing strings. It's really useful. Basically a string is like a sentence basically. And see you then. Hopefully maybe upload it later today. Upload 2 videos in 1 day. I'll probably think about it, but see you then. Sorry about that. I actually forgot to teach you guys something for functions because I don't feel like doing it in our next tutorial, and it's really early. It's just 5 minutes in, so we're gonna go back to that login we made. So I'm gonna do var, but this time we're gonna do it with functions and something called a boolean. So I'm gonna do var password. You already know. Do prompt enter username, and then do prompt enter your password. All right, we got basic prompts, and remember they're gonna come as strings. So we're gonna do what should we do? So we're gonna do valid. We're gonna do var valid equals let's just name this validate logon. I'm gonna put username password. So we got to make this function called valid logon, and I'm just gonna copy this, Control C, and I'm gonna put it under here because it's still some code that I'm gonna put there. So I'm gonna do function valid logon, and this I'm just gonna make another variable. It's called return. I'm just gonna name it value. So this is what we're learning. We're learning return. It's basically a method, I guess you can call it, in JavaScript and a lot of different languages. You're gonna return something to the to valid. So I'm gonna give you guys an example. I'm gonna do if. Oh, I forgot to rename these. I'm gonna put ID, I guess, and pass. So I'm put if ID equals Macshdtutorials, and then and pass equals I don't know what to put. I'm just gonna put HD. I really don't know. We're gonna end this condition, put some curly brackets, and we're gonna make the return value true. Now boolean, I'm gonna do value equals true. Not spell value wrong. There we go. Else curly brackets. Else we get a return value equals false. After that, we go to the other bracket, and we're going to return return value. So let me explain this real quick. So basically, you're going to check if the login is true. So it goes right here. It gives ID equals username and pass equals password, because that's what you have in the arguments and parameters. So then after that, it's going to check if this is true. If this is true, it's going to return true. If it's not true, it's going to return false. That's what return is. It's going to return a value to this. So now we're going to check. Basically, we're going to alert something. So I'm going to do if valid. So valid basically equals true or false. So I'm going to do if valid equals true, alert login success. I most likely spelled that wrong, I know. Doesn't matter. Else, we don't have to put else if valid equals false, because if it's not true, it's false. Common sense. So do alert something was wrong. Now we're gonna test this real quick. I'm gonna go to live, and I think I'm gonna put something wrong. I'm just gonna put my name, put my last name, and something was wrong. Now we're gonna go back to design, and I think I put Macshdtutorials. That is my channel, and I think as password I put HD, and the login success. So let me explain this real quick. 10-minute tutorial. Wow, that was pretty long. So let me explain. So first you have username, then you have prompt. You give them values, of course, and then we make a new variable called valid, and then it gets, basically it's sending username and the password to this function called validate logon. So it goes to validate logon and makes a new variable called return value, and the username equals ID and password equals pass. So then we're giving them we're checking if they equal this, and if they do, we're gonna return this the value of return value. Kind of confusing because what I named it, but we're either gonna return true or false. After we return it, that's gonna be the value of valid. Basic if statement: if valid equals true, login success. If it's not equal to true, that's basically else, something was wrong. So basically that's it, guys. Next tutorial we're gonna be learning strings, doing cool stuff with it. I don't even know what we're gonna do, I'm just saying. And see you then, guys.